What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here, and today we are going to be showcasing one of the brand new gear sets just added into the Division 2 with the World Tier 5 Tidal Basin update. Gear sets were one of the most prominent and powerful factors when making an endgame build in the Division 1. Is the same true for Division 2? Well, let's find out. Now, the set we're focusing on today is the Ongoing Directive. There are a bunch of different bonuses you get for putting on a certain amount of Ongoing Directive pieces. So let's take a look at what those bonuses are. Now, you should know that unlike a branded piece of gear, putting on one gives you literally no special bonuses. The gear set bonuses start at 2. So if you have 2 pieces of Ongoing Directive gear, you will get plus 20% weapon handling. This is actually pretty good. Weapon handling is a conglomeration of a bunch of different weapon perks, including stability and accuracy, so your weapons are going to be a lot easier to use. Now, for 3 pieces, you get plus 25% increase to burn damage. And for 4 pieces, you get a 25% increase to bleed damage. Now, for the 5 and 6 bonuses, this is the more complicated, really bigger factors of these sets. So, for wearing 5 pieces, you get Emergency Requisition. Combat resources, which is armor kits, ammo, and grenades within 40 meters of you are automatically collected. This occurs once every 30 seconds. So, you will see this actually happening when you're utilizing this gear set. A little pulse will go out from you and it'll show how far it goes, and you'll get a little symbol appearing above your character. This will indicate that emergency requisition is happening. And it's actually surprisingly useful. Have you ever been low or run out of ammo within a gunfight or run out of grenades? Well, that will basically never happen to you when you're utilizing this gear set, because as you're killing enemies and those enemies are dropping grenades and ammo, you are going to pulse and pick those up in the middle of a gunfight. So it is very useful in extended gunfights where you are utilizing a ton of ammo. The higher the difficulty, the more players there are, the more it requires to shoot an enemy to kill them, the more useful this perk actually gets. And again, not just ammo, grenades. Enemies that drop grenades, you resupply them mid-combat. Like, that is actually pretty good as well. However, it's not necessarily a massively efficient perk when it comes to actually killing enemies. It doesn't boost your damage or anything like that, so for wearing 5 whole pieces, it's nice to have, but not absurd. However, there is one more perk for wearing all 6 pieces of this set, and that is the right tool. Killing an enemy with a weapon grants some special ammo, incendiary, explosive, or shock to one of your other weapons. So, how it works is as such. You just shoot an enemy until they die, something you're very used to doing in the Division 2, and then one of your other non-equipped weapons will get one of these special ammo bonuses. So if you have an assault rifle out, you kill an enemy, you can then look in your inventory, and let's say you have an LMG and a pistol. Well, either your LMG or your pistol, the weapon you weren't using to kill that enemy, will get a special ammo. You will never get special ammo for the weapon you actually used to kill that enemy. It should also be noted that this will stack multiple times. As you can see, if I kill more than one enemy and then I look at my non-equipped weapons, both the assault rifle and the pistol have special ammo, so I can switch to either and get a bonus. It's also important to note that if you were to pick up a normal crate of, let's say, incendiary ammo, you'd get around 30 rounds. You are going to get nowhere near as much with this perk. Something like 6 to 2 rounds is common for these bonuses. However, 6 rounds of incendiary ammo when only 1 round is needed to catch an enemy on fire, inflict extra damage, and make them inflicted under a status effect so they're more concerned about stamping the fire out than shooting you back, that's a pretty big benefit. And therein lies the real power of this set. Explosive ammo is nice, it causes bleeding, but you're really looking for shock and incendiary ammo, because even if you kill an enemy with that assault rifle and just your pistol gets a few rounds of shock ammo, switching to your pistol, hitting a boss, and having him completely disabled from combat, standing still basically, and worrying about the shock for a few seconds is going to let you and anyone else in your party just light them up with damage. Another benefit is that there's an obvious combo with itself. When you get incendiary or explosive ammo and inflict fire damage or bleeding, you are going to get that 25% increase to burn or bleed damage from the gear set itself. So your special ammo is more powerful than it would otherwise be. Also, this set works quite well with people who like to throw a lot of grenades. I particularly like the incendiary grenades for the survivalist specialist. They do actually quite a bit of damage, especially with the 25% increase to their burn damage. As you can see in this clip here, I almost completely shred the armor of this purple bar, and that's not that bad considering damage isn't even the main benefit of incendiary grenades. It's the status effect. So, you're going to do more damage, you're going to be able to throw more grenades because you're going to resupply mid-combat with the pulsing effect, and when combined with a weapon like this that has a talent where you can increase the damage dealt to burning enemies by 20%, which is going to come up either from the grenades or just from getting incendiary ammo from other weapons, that's actually a pretty good wombo combo going on here. Not to mention that ongoing directive gear almost always comes with stat bonuses to skills, so utilizing, for example, a flame turret as your vessel for inflicting burn is a pretty good and viable option with this set as well. However, shifting gears here from the positives of this set to the negatives, there are a few. Mainly, I think you're giving up a lot of power potential to use this set, especially if you're using all 6 pieces. Yeah, 25% increase to burn and bleed damage, that's more damage output, inflicting status effects, that's nice and all, but there are pieces of branded sets that give, plus 10% LMG damage, plus 10% assault rifle damage. And giving up on those, not to mention increases to headshot damage, increases to critical hit damage, critical hit chance, giving up on all of those stuff for just getting 6 rounds of incendiary, 6 rounds of explosive that could be on your pistol, and the optimal DPS that you'll lose having to constantly switch weapons mid-gunfight when just straight shooting an enemy and switching to the next one or maybe even reloading would be quicker. Because remember, if it goes to your pistol, you're probably going to have to switch to your pistol, inflict that status effect, and then switch back. You're switching twice there mid-combat. Additionally, aside from the pulsing effect picking up armor kits, there's no increase to survivability when using this set. You're giving up on brand set bonuses like armor regeneration on kill, total armor increases, all of that stuff as well. So while there's some niche scenarios where this is good, and where I didn't find this set completely terrible, when I switched off this set, I was noticeably more powerful. My damage output definitely increased, my survivability definitely increased. So if you're willing to look past the gimmick of this set and just look at the pure damage numbers and the pure effectiveness of your build, I don't think that this set is totally viable within the endgame. It's certainly not unusable, but in terms of top tier, I just don't see it. And that's a little disappointing, especially when you compare the power of this set with gear sets in the Division 1. They were noticeably more potent. Even just the 4-piece sets had bonuses much more lethal than this. But this isn't a 4-piece set. In fact, you get the main bonuses for 5 and 6. This is comparable to a classified set in the Division 1, and those were frankly absurdly powerful, and I think that's what Massive is trying to avoid this time. They don't want everyone to be slaves to classified sets. They want to give people options to use a gear set or just their branding bonuses, and I think that's actually a good overall goal, but I think the power of this set definitely suffered with that goal trying to be enacted. In addition to that, it's not too great that the main bonuses are at 5 and 6 pieces. I would prefer some more powerful, perhaps 4 and 2 and 3 bonuses that will let you mix gear sets in the future to create new potential builds. As it is now, there's really no gear mixing that's possible within the game so far with the sets we currently have. With that being said, I will say that putting on 2 pieces of this set just to get the 20% increase to handling is not at all a bad idea, especially if you're utilizing a weapon that's capable of outputting a lot of damage but doesn't have the best stability and accuracy. I'm thinking a light machine gun, for example, with the perk that increases the damage by 25% and decreases the handling overall by 35%. Well, slap on this 2-piece gear set and now you only have a 15% reduction to handling while still gaining that 25% increased damage output. That combined with the other 4 pieces of your build, LMG damage and other more beneficial brand set bonuses, that could actually be a pretty viable build you're putting together there. In any event, those are my thoughts on this armor set. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Division 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. And if you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.